This is the Albek Atlas bike case. If you've just received this guy, you would have watched the video on how to get it to this point. Now I'm going to show you how I'm going to put my bike inside. So there's no right or wrong way of doing this. I'm just going to show you how I do it. Hopefully I can teach you something. But I will show you how you can do it without a bike stand in your garage at home. So imagine you're in your hotel room, wherever you've gone, and we're going to put our bike in our bag. To start with, we'll get rid of the wheels. Front wheel. Put your axles back where they belong so you don't lose them. Another good thing to do in this position, get the pedals off. I'm going to show you how to do everything with a multi-tool because that's generally all you're going to have. Once you get there, tools are a heavy thing, so keep the bike bag as light as you can, and you're going to save some money at the check-in desk. Your derailleur can do quite a lot of damage to your frame while you're traveling, so whip him off and we'll try and work out a good spot to put him. But you can hang there for now. You got your frame stand, so from here, everything under the bike's off now, so we can flip him over onto the frame stand. Now we have a work stand. The bike can stand up in a good position, and we're going to take the handlebars off, work out where they go on the frame. I'm actually pretty stoked about this bike stand because the amount of times I've had to put my bike in the bag while in the car park of a bike park or a race venue. You're doing it in the dirt or the mud, and just makes everything real difficult. So this makes life pretty dreamy. And again, we're going to put these back where they belong because we don't want to lose those guys. Before you go wrestling with your brake levers too much and potentially pulling them on, you don't want to do that. It's going to push your pads in, make life pretty difficult whenever you get to wherever you're going. So get yourself a little block, chock, whatever you want to call it. It's just a spacer, it goes in between your pads. They usually come with your brakes. If you're lucky enough to have some, use them. If you don't, a bit of cardboard or a bit of plastic. Whatever you can fit in there, as long as it's clean, because don't forget, we don't want to contaminate them. The next thing that comes with your bag that we're going to use is the frame pad. So there's a little arrow, it's pretty self-explanatory. On this side of the frame pad, there's two little Velcro straps that you can put your handlebars into. Just see how much travel you got on your brake hoses and cables, which one can best fit in there. Once your frame pad's on, you got your fork bag. This guy's cool, he's got actually a lower side than the other, so it's directional. Put that one at the back so you can fit your mudguard on there without having to take it off. The fork bag's pretty good. It keeps everything nice and protected. You don't want to get a scratch stanchion in the travel. Top strap over the top of the frame pad. Get him down there. Running the big 180 forks on there, so I've got to get a bit more length on him. Back to the back of the bike. This guy we spoke about earlier, just find a nice good way to tuck him in. Usually tuck him in around there if there's enough length. Shane can sit there, and I mean, it's not going to hit too much. That'll do me. As far as dismantling the bike, job's done. One more little thing I would do, you gotta let the air out of the shock, forks and the tyres. Don't let all the air out. I mean, you don't want to get there and stuff around with your little travel pump and spend 20 minutes pumping your tyres and then the whole of your forks and the whole of your shock back up. So let enough out that it's not going to build up a heap of pressure and explode or do anything crazy, but enough that it's substantial. That's all the hard work done. We've just got to lift it inside now. Pretty quick and easy process the way the guys at Albek have set it up. Open your bag up, everything sit there by itself. Get your straps out to the front. Fits in the bag, one go. Heaps of room. This thing's a large enduro bike, so I mean it's going to fit every single kind of extra large downhill bike. Heaps of room still in there, so don't worry about if it's going to fit or not. She's going to fit. As far as strapping this guy into place, you remember our frame block, little bottom bracket support from earlier? You can wedge him in underneath, so if you've got a big rotor or something like that, your frame's a bit different shape with the way the linkages are, just get that in underneath there. We're going to grab our colour-coded straps. When we click them together, we can pull that down nice and tight onto that block. So nothing's going nowhere. Another strap at the back. Guy's got straps for the front too, so the forks are going nowhere. Blue on this side. And over the back's the yellow one. That's pretty sweet. That's not really going anywhere. I can't see too many things that are gonna make any damage. Just check your derailleur out again. Make a good point of making sure your chain's not like bent or crossed over anywhere. You don't want to turn up, have a bent link in your chain, snap your chain on your first run. That'd suck quite a lot. A little trick I've learned along the way, if you got a dropper post in there, put it all the way up, and then that's going to add to the structural integrity of the bike bag, so keep everything in there. A couple more straps on this bag we have at the back. One around the seat post. Put it on either of these little holders here, depending what size frame and whatnot you have. One around the stem. And then this guy I think is pretty important. He keeps those handlebars that are sitting on the other side there all in good place, so they're not going to rub on the fork stanchions or move out of whack and scratch your paint job. Everything's in there pretty tight. That's cool. We've got the bike in the main compartment there. We'll do a quick checklist of the things we've taken off. We've got to put the pedals somewhere. So Albek, I put a little pocket at the back here, tucked away. Pedals fit pretty perfect in there. They've put a little clear compartment in at the back here. You can put whatever you want in there, but I always like to have a rotor specific compartment. You don't want anything else with your rotors. Like everything can contaminate them. Like you touch them with your fingerprints, your brake's not going to work as good. So if it's a brand new bike bag, dedicate it for your rotors. Then you won't have to worry about getting a box or another specific bag or anything to put them in. They're zipped up, not going anywhere. Let's close this guy up, because what's a bike without wheels? Got one on each side. So 29-inch wheel, 2.5 tyres. Actually, there's another tip, rotor bolts back in the hub. Don't go losing them, that'll suck. Straight in the side of the bag. Fits in pretty well. These guys have put a little hub protector on. You got your supports, so the baggage handlers aren't gonna fold your wheel in half. Every tip you see about traveling and bikes is how to deal with the weight. So Albek have done a pretty good job. This guy's under 9 kilograms, under 20 pounds for you American friends. That means that I can fit a few more things in there. So I'm gonna throw my shoes in there, maybe my hydration pack, anything else, and just make sure I'm utilizing the most of the weight I can take, because every dollar in my pocket's better than the airlines.